this is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chad Mostyn and Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vanderkran in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vanderkran in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono. He's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson off wide.
Is green, green, green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to turn it to two. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be.
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chad Mostyn and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to snip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanek and Jamie Dyson just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he over-committed, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get a good run. Dodd's just absolute thinker, but it's a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sim Racing World TV, and welcome into round number 5 of Season 3 of 2024 for the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series here out at Fuji Speedway here tonight for a fast-paced Supercars Showcase in the land of the rising sun. I'm your commentator here tonight, as always, Hamish Munro, joined once again by Steven Sinkovic. Sinker, big night of racing ahead. Fuji can sometimes be quite chaotic. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for these drivers to wrestle their way around here. We are not following officials this week, though, because this track was week 1 of officials. We did not get to race it, so we're racing it this week since it was a double up with a track that we raced last season. I don't know if Sinker's there and actually chatting because I can't hear him now in the Discord. He's trying to fumble around with his monitor and get that fixed up, but... Oh, you are here.
I can just make you out, mate. Yes, you are here. I am here, mate. Sorry. I'm not sure if it's internet at my end or not, but you broke up for a few seconds there. Maybe the viewers can tell us who it is or what it is. It might be internet at our end. Well, the sounds of it from my wife's mentioning.
Well, what I said was, Fuji, we're not. It's going to be a tough challenge for these drivers here tonight. It's fast-paced, it's technical in some sections as well. We're not in line with the officials this week since this was the week 1 official track. And this week was supposed to be Road Atlanta, but we raced there last season. So we've decided to swap in for Fuji here tonight. How are you feeling for the supercars around Fuji tonight, Singer? How do you think this field will go tackling this track? We're still getting some Sinker technical difficulties. Hopefully, whilst he fixes that in the background, we can quickly have a look through what is happening here in practice here this evening. We only have a couple of minutes left of it. There are a couple of drivers out on track at the moment. Sean Vandermeulen, he has currently set the second best lap time right now in practice with a 1:36.646 at the moment. He's got some fantastic pace around this track thus far. Okay, I've had confirmation that Singer's going to be rebooting his internet, so he'll be back with us very, very soon. But yeah, so Vandermeulen at the moment, he currently sits P2 on the road. He's P1 for the split 2 field at this stage. John Gallen's currently the fastest man in qualifying right now. Jace Douglas, who has missed a couple of rounds this season, is back in here at Fuji once again. He's got some good pace on him here tonight as well. Jamie Davis is out there, Peter Pavlovic, Stephen Martin, Scott Weston, and Jared Williams in amongst the field as well. We've got a couple of chats out there as well. Harry Dodd saying up the Pelicans. Scotty Barton saying let's go ESR. Pato in the chat saying let's go Nova. Steph Piccoli saying no Team Apex tonight, so go John Gallen. Connor Nixon out there saying good luck Nova and Sean and Billy. Steph saying g'day to myself and Sinker. G'day here, Steph. How you going? And Connor saying Sean on the, I assume the Connor Nixon setup shop is what you're referring to there, Connor. So great to have you all here with us here this evening. Great to have you all joining us once again for some Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series action. We've got around about 30 seconds of practice left before we get into open qualifying here this evening. If I quickly look at what the race is here tonight. We're on for a sprint round, so that means they will only have the 15 minutes to set a qualifying lap. They will get cut off once the 15 minutes is done and dusted, as we need to get right into racing for the first race of this evening for the heat and then into the feature as well afterwards. We've got John Gallen in the chat saying good luck all. Good luck Hamish and Steve in the booth tonight. Thank you so much, John. Good luck to yourself, sir. Pato saying Peter Parker making a guest appearance. Is he actually on the road? Oh, he is on the road. Wow. So Matty Parker's actually out there and with a solid, though he's not on track, with a solid time under his belt at the moment as practice comes to an end. It is the only time they're really going to get to do to a race run or just cut some extra laps. Now the focus goes on to qualifying and who can get that illustrious pole position around here at Fuji Speedway. As I mentioned, it's a fast-paced circuit. A lot of heavy braking zones around here. Drivers will have to be careful down the main straight and not to risk blowing their engine at the end with too aggressive of gear changes down there as drivers starting to make their way out of pit lane. You see John Gallen, Mark Houghton already out on track, as well as Billy Mould, Jamie Davis, Scott Leberfair, Craig Healy, Nick Clifton, Jace Douglas as well. Scott Wesson's just joined the track too, so they're all starting to run around at the moment out on track and just starting to get a feel for this place before they have to race around here for 20 minutes in the heat race tonight and then another 40-minute feature afterwards as well. If any of them did race in leagues earlier this season or racing the officials in week 1, then they will have some practice in this car around this track. And they will be in tune with it as well, in hoping that they can find their maximum pace out of their car here this evening for round number 5 here tonight of season 3. But qualifying is underway. We'll see who's going to get the best time in the field. We'll keep an eye on how Sean Vandermeulen goes, as well as John Gallen and a couple of other drivers as well, especially Matty Parker with his return into the field. Been away for a couple of weeks due to working evenings or working night shift. So it's great to have him back out in the field with us here tonight. So Vandermeulen is going to come around the final corner. He's going to be the first to start a lap here in qualifying. And we'll see what he can put on the board here in this session down the main straight. As I mentioned, hard braking zone at the end of the straight. Drivers need to be careful not to get it locked up too much into the corner. Just nice and easy, nice and smooth on these brakes. I can hear Sinker murmuring in the background. Are you back with us, Sinker?
Buddy,
very good.
I was just let for a bit longer. I thought
that's
a few more bullets need to come out of there.
I was waiting for an opportune time to bring you back in, and I wasn't sure if you were back yet. So, but that's all. But yeah, so Fuji here tonight, fast-paced, bit technical as well in the mid part of the track. How do you think these cars are going to react, and how these drivers are going to be able to tackle this circuit here tonight, not only in qualifying but in racing conditions as well?
I actually like this track for a V8. There's just something about it, the way it handles the curbs and takes on the curbs. It's pretty cool, and that down the bottom of the hill, I just rate it. I just like the track layout and everything. I think it comes for great racing no matter what car you're in. It's one of my favourites. It seems to be something I just click with as well, so I'm quite happy with that. Mate, there's a bloody full field out there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. There's roughly, I think there's just under 30 cars in the field this evening. As at the moment, Sean Vandermeulen is on for an absolute flyer. He had the fastest second sector, but he has now been pipped by Mark Houghton in his latest attempt. Around the final corner comes Sean Vandermeulen. We'll see what the time is when he crosses the start-finish line. He will go top, as he will be the first driver to get there, but it's whether he can actually hold pole position here off the initial laps here, Sinker. And, well, if he can even improve upon it later in the session, or if this is all he's got in the tank. He goes 137.16. I know he hasn't got more in the tank because he did do a mid-36 in practice.
Who is your pick for tonight, mate?
You know what? We're just overall, I think overall winner, I think it's going to be a Nova car. I think it's either going to be Billy Mole. I think it's either going to be Billy Mole or it's going to be Vandermeulen. Vandermeulen's looking incredibly strong at the moment. I think he has the best chance of winning Split 2 and could even give us our first overall Split 2 winner this season. The last time we had the lower class overall winner, I believe, was John Gallen a little while ago, possibly. I think he might have won as an amateur and then got promoted.
Possibly. I'm just setting up all this stuff in the back end. I apologise. My internet decided it would be difficult tonight, so we actually reset the whole house. But everything's going great guns. Great viewers out there. Peter Parker making a guest appearance.
Yeah, Mr. Matty Parker back out in the field. interwebbing us in the booth. I was going to say, Sinko, better it happened to you than to me at this point, let's be honest.
This is very true.
Yeah.
It's been an immensely busy week already, so it's been crazy. We were up doing tickets till 10:30 last night, started them early at just after 7, so boys have been doing their bit off and on the track this week, so hats off to the guys out there in the admin and the RC team for donating their time last night, and it was not an easy session to go through, but yeah, it is what it is.
We have Sean Benici in the chat. Good evening to you, sir.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning for him. It would be like middle of the night for Sean. It'd be like what, 3 or 4 a.m. So very, very early morning. Davis was able to improve his last best time, I believe, but he hasn't actually gone any better on the standings. He still sits P3 at the moment. So who are you looking at possibly could take the win here tonight, Sinko? I mean, you know, I really I dished it up on a platter quite nicely for you of either Billy Mole or Sean Vandermillen. Are you willing to take those picks?
I knew you were hinting at Billy Mole. We can't be on the same bandwagon 2 weeks in a row.
We can't. 2 a.m. for Sean, just to confirm.
His level is improving considerably. He really is getting faster and faster. There's a few boys there that haven't set any times. Have they not entered the session, or
they're in the session? So Matty Parker, Sean Spitt, Peter Vandercran, Josh King, Andrew Rushworth are not out on track. Jace Douglas, John Gallen, Jacob Traynor, Martin Lipsky are on track at the moment. Traynor just struggling to get a lap time in at this stage. Lipsky's gone bottom of the timing tower. Same with John Gallen. He's yet to put in a solid lap time. Same with Jason Douglas as well. He had some good pace in practice, actually. Jace could be a smoky here tonight if he can put all the puzzle pieces together. But we have actually got 2 races on offer tonight, Sinko. So I'm going to say, I'm going to say that me making 2 selections of either Sean Vandermillen or Billy Mole, that'll count as both races for me. I think either of them are going to win one of the races tonight, if not both. I think they're looking incredibly strong, and Billy's been on the bubble of a win for a long time, and I think Sean is looking incredibly strong at this track at the moment. And if he can put all the puzzle pieces together, he could be on for something absolutely spectacular from himself.
Well, he's been pushing the bubble for a while now, and looking the goods. So, look, he's got a good chance of getting one of the 2 tonight, I think. I'd like to say Jamie, my boy, but he's been just trying to stay out of trouble as much as possible. So he isn't pushing as hard as he usually does, because he's on the. And I think he needs tonight's race.
He's on wood at the moment, is what he is.
He needs tonight's race to clear to get himself 4 points back. So if tonight's race, I think if he's clean tonight, he will have 9 consecutive races clean, which will give him some points back. So he's been driving super carefully, and there's been a few boys out there battling a few of those demons as well. So. It's a change of strategy, which is good sometimes.
I hope then he actually. I was going to say, I hope he actually continues using that strategy going forward and doesn't go back to his ways of old once he gets those points back.
There's nothing wrong with his ways of old. I don't know what you're referring to.
No. What I mean is, like, he's been caught up in some incidents sometimes. What I mean, and he hasn't been in any in the last 9 weeks. So that's like, so hopefully he can carry some of this with him and mix in his pace as well and be on for some solid victories in some clean fashion.
They race clean and they race hard. I'm happy with people racing hard. Incidents are going to happen. That's just the way it is. You're racing out there. You're out there with other people that are doing their bit as well. So things happen and points happen. It is what it is. You know, I've got no issues with it. If it's not stupid shit, I'm fine with it. If it's racing and you're battling and things happen, you know, sometimes your judgment will go. We all do it when we're out there. I don't want people to hold any driver to hold back his driving style. You know, they just got to be clean and hard. You know, we've seen some battles with the perfect example is we've talked about it a few times. Is the 4 boys up front in the Pro Series. You know, going hell for leather and touching here and there, and that's awesome racing to watch. It puts the people in the booth watching from YouTube on the edge of their seats.
Well, one thing that I did not have on my bingo card tonight is for Cowie to go P2 in qualifying at the moment. A 136.59. He missed Sunday night's race due to a gig, but he's back in the seat. And it's a hot seat at the moment. He has pushed that car to the absolute limits here in qualifying tonight. Sinko, some news actually coming out of his team recently. Reese DeGoey, his teammate, is actually looking for another team at the moment to race with in Vets, because he's currently the only one from Performance Sim Racing who's actually in that series. So it's a shame that he's deciding to leave this team particularly, but he's looking for other opportunities elsewhere, and all speed to him for doing that.
Sometimes you got to do what suits you and what you're trying to achieve out there, you know. If your team is doing different things to you, well, yeah, so be it. That's what it is. So, look, at the end of the day, you know what? You've got to be out there. You've got to be having fun. And as long as you're having fun, that's the most important thing.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Cowie's going to pull out of his
I've got my camera on. Oh, it looks like the same two guys. It looks like mine.
It's loading for you, I've just seen. The deliveries are currently loading for you.
I'm just about to hit reboot on it.
We'll give that a minute to reload. Then we'll bring it up.
If you are watching out there, I tell you what, the numbers have been really, really solid. We really appreciate Wade Sheedy. If you've done registered as a driver on our website, and if you paid your subscription, one of those two should get you your Discord link. If not, send me a DM, an email through the website, and I will tend to your needs myself.
Yeah, he's registered in the Discord. So
okay, he's registered.
He registered this afternoon. So someone needs to invite him. I don't have admin rights, so I can't
think it might be too late for tonight's race because the admins are either at work or getting ready to race themselves. So it might be too late for tonight, but the boys will more than likely be able to help you as soon as they get out of their carts.
At the moment,
Billy Mole.
Yeah, he's sitting pole.
Yeah.
Billy Pole at the moment. Billy Pole.
Cowie is who I was going to mention earlier on. I think it could be tonight. He's maybe not in the short race, but I think in the feature. I think the feature will be Cowie's tonight. He's just got a very good mindset, and his strategies of late have been very much on point, and driving really well. So I'm going to go with Cowie for the feature, and I'm going to go with Cowie just beating Jamie Davis. Because they seem to be driving around each other a fair bit lately too.
Well, I think if we're picking second places, I think John Gallen's going to be up there. Mark Howard's found some pace this week as well, which is really, really good to see. Jace Douglas is he said he's done it all on his end.
That's okay.
Yeah.
One of the admins, as soon as they're around, we'll send the invites out to you.
There's only one split, but our classes are separated by splits in the same session. So split 1 is in red, split 2 is in blue.
And Sunday night was our pros. Really, we should have really kept it as pro-am and am. We just, for some reason, went to splits for some reason. But Sunday night is our pro series.
Oh, as I said to you previously, even like Super 2, Super 3, would have probably made a little bit more sense.
That takes me back. We did that. We called it Super 2s and Super 3s. Oh, hell, Super 1, Super 2 was, we only still had the one night. It was only a Sunday night only. So that's going back, mate. You're bringing back some memories, I tell you what.
See, it'll be a nice callback to a time of old,
I've got the PER boys on my screen down the bottom spinning around, going for their bit of a burn. Jared Williams, Sean Van der Meulen, Mark Horton, Peter Pav, John Gallen, all on the bottom now, setting some times. Matty Parker, Mole, P1, going over, boys. Matty working again. Sean Benici, I'd race V8s, but you would have to have another class a few rungs below AM. You know what, Sean? that'd be the class that I'd be racing in as well. Because this level, SRW, unfortunately for me, has improved way past my level of pace and class as well. Mr. Banks, howdy all. Good luck everyone. Looking forward to a good night's racing. Definitely looking out for some spectacular door banging tonight. Was that?
That was the end of qualifying. That was the end of qualifying. I was going to mention as well, one name I noticed hasn't actually been in the tower for a couple of weeks now, Sinker. Someone who's struggled in the past but has started to get a little bit better week in and week out. Brad Anderson, where's he gone?
He's racing.
I know he's racing vets, but that's on Thursday.
Vets.
So surely Tuesday will be a good race.
I don't know. Maybe he's trading tonight. Don't know. Maybe he's practicing.
Fair enough.
He's all work's got in the way. I'll have a look at my Discord. I can't see. Oh no, I can't see it from here anyway. It doesn't matter. I thought I saw him in the Discord tonight with the boys.
No, he's not out there. He's not in the field. So I don't know. Not sure.
Jacob Trainer, Jamie Davis, and Mitch are there.
Josh King is in the session, but I don't know if he's actually racing or not.
No, it doesn't look like it.
But regardless, we'll get our starting grid up for race number 1. It'll be as follows. It'll be Billy Mole of Nova Sim Sports starting in pole position. Ahead of Performance Sim Racing's Andrew Cowan out of P2. John Gallen, Mark Houghton will make up the second row of the grid with Sean Vandermeulen, the first placed split 2 driver on the grid. He'll start P5 on the road ahead of Jason Douglas in P6. Jamie Davis and Brad Wall will then start in behind them with Stephen Martin and Scott Weston making up the top 10. Michael Quash and Mick Clifton will then start P11 and P12 on the road ahead of Peter Pavlovic and Scott Lebefair for P13 and P14 respectively. Craig Healy will then make up the top 15 cars ahead of Brett Taylor, Mitch Noble, Jared Williams in behind. Di Feldman and Jacob Traynor will make up the top 20. That'll be Martin Lipsky, the last car on track to actually set a qualifying time in the field. In the session, we then had Matty Parker, Andrew Rushworth, Josh King all sign up. I'm not sure if they're racing. Same for Sean Smith and Peter Vanderkren as well. It'll be Adam Hughes and Greg Barber in the race control tonight, I do believe, or possibly Tyson.
No, Tyson's in there with, he's just got in there. He was having some iRacing issues, so he's in the section at the moment with Hughesy. So they're all rocking along through there.
We
ever
do.
seen drivers ever run? Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, Sean in the chat is one of them. He races from the US. We have Stacey Boyd who races on. We have an Englishman as well.
Heaps of Kiwis.
Yeah, heaps of Kiwis. Stacey Boyd's another American who races on Sunday nights.
Well?
Yep.
Tasmanians as well.
Brett Taylor chimes in from Geelong.
Anyway, mate, they're going to get to start. They're going to get running. I'm out tonight, fellas. I have a really bad tonsillitis. Mate, you don't drive with the tonsils. There's 30 people watching, plus people on Facebook. That is absolutely fantastic. That's just like Sunday night. Our numbers are going through the roof. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification button so you can enjoy every bit of fun that me and Hamish have and the rest of the team have every night of the week, except for Saturday night and Monday night. Good luck out there,
Saturday
drivers.
Night, I have fun with another league, which is still V8s, and it's a lot of other. It's a lot of our drivers though as well that we have in this series. So I get to see them about 3 times a week for some drivers. Get to see how they progress across the week.
Hamish can call into a professional broadcaster now.
Lights are going to go up though in just a moment's time. We will go racing here around Fuji. To be Billy Mole and Andrew Cowan on the front row of the grid. We then have John Gallen and Mark Houghton lined up in behind. 4 different teams slotted in the top 4 positions. And it'll be 5 different teams inside the top 6 as well. See, Jamie Davis, he didn't quite get his lap time there in qualifying. Maybe not what we quite expect of him there, Sinker. Back in P7 at the moment. But he has got a good start to him. He can roll off the line very, very well at the best of times. It appears, though, that our start procedure has actually been extended by race control for whatever reason.
Yeah, no, they're just going through some procedural stuff that I've got them to update in the last few weeks. So they're going through that and making sure the drivers are all happy. We have got 27 on track, but we're missing a few, aren't we?
Yeah, Brett Taylor, Di Feldman yet to join the grid, so Martin Lipsky. Matty Parker, Andrew Rushworth, Josh King, Peter Vanderkren, I don't believe are participating in the race.
Okay. Mr. Banks is going, let's go Pelicans. Sean Bonici's going, Dodsey. Here we go. Mr. McAvoy is still flapping his gums.
He loves that, doesn't he? He loves a bit of a gum flap, does the old Tyson. He had to renew his iRacing at the last minute tonight. He realised when he went to go on that it had an auto renewed, so he had to get himself renewed and ready for the racing action this week with
mate,
round 5.
I have problems with that every couple of months. It just doesn't auto renew. But I did mine through Steam, and it's an absolute pain in the ass, Steam.
Yeah, I'm glad I signed up through the iRacing website when I did.
Yeah, if I knew back in the day, I wouldn't have done it, mate. But don't forget, I came into this through Xbox, through racing, the Project Cars and Need for Speed and all that sort of silly stuff. So then I decided I wanted to really compete and drive with some real people that don't just punt you and run like in Project Cars.
And you decided to go with iRacing.
Yeah. never look back. Hey, Steph's back. Hope you're feeling better, Steph.
Hope we'll have you in the booth on Friday night for GTs. Steph, lights are up though. Let's go racing for race 1 of round number 5 of season 3 of 2024. Fuji Speedway. What's going to happen? And Billy Mole has absolutely bogged the start off the line.
Oh no! And Brad and Davis have got caught up in the middle of it as well.
Oh my God. He's nearly been absolutely collected by Gallen. Callan's gone round at turn 1, had to rejoin amongst the pack. Vandermeulen's taken the lead.
Wide.
Vandermeulen has now taken the lead through turn 1. He's got Houghton in behind him, as well as Gallen and Douglas and Weston. Weston rocketed off the start for East West Racing. Get the words out correctly. But Cowan and Mole have absolutely bottled it off the start line, and Cowan is still going backwards.
12 places. Oh my God, that was an absolute shock. I'll have to have a look at that a bit later on, because there was a whole heap of Constantino behind him, but everyone has seemed to be, they're starting to stretch out into single file already. There's still a couple of 2 wides coming through that bottom corner.
I reckon it was the fact that they went 2 minutes longer on the on the start procedure. He was ready for the 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. But right now, Sean Vandermeulen has taken advantage of his teammates' mishaps and has managed to get this thing in P1, leading this race in Split 2 with Split 1 drivers of Mark Houghton, John Gallen, Jason Douglas and Scott Weston on his tail, with Mick Clifton lurking in behind as we come up to start lap number 2.
Clifton has got himself up 6 places and Scotty Weston 5. You know what? Scotty Weston's due for some podiums, mate. He's been improving over the last few weeks, and we mentioned it last week, getting better and better. Maybe a little bit of luck his way. Have a look at these boys coming down a straight. Jason Douglas having a look on the inside of Gallen. Will he be able to go hold him under brakes? No, Gallen is just giving him enough of a look and taking him on the outside with the momentum.
A little bit of a wiggle there from Douglas, taking that shallower line on the dirty side of the road. Cost him the run out of turn 1. Gallen able just to slot back in P3 on the road at this stage in time. Bit further back, let's check out what Billy Mole's doing. He's stuck in behind Craig Healy. What could have been for Mole in this race, but now he has to play catch up. I mean, he's got, Jamie Davis 2 spots ahead. He's got Cowan ahead as well. Cowan and Davis, they haven't lost out nearly as much as what Mole did off the start line, because they at least got going, Sinker. They weren't just stuck on the grid.
Oh, yeah. They're still going 2 wide down there. You have a look at these boys. There's, I think it's Hughes and Mole, Healy and Mole. Now Mole's got it ahead of Healy. They're both going 2 wide, coming in top, over the top of Quashi by the look of it. Yep. And he's made it clear, so Mole's made it clear. Quashi's going down the inside of Taylor. Taylor, he's got to go back to his old colours. I don't like it. I don't like it. Ever since he's changed colours,
it's too close to the Nova car. I feel like everything simulated need a bit more white on there just to stand out a little bit more.
I'm just used to having the other livery out there, and I think he's been doing. You know what it is? It's like when a football team, soccer team comes out, and Manchester United brought this poxy-looking thing that they were wearing, and they wore it for 1 game because they got their asses kicked. Just get rid of it. Billy Mole down 10. Sean Smith up 12 places, mate. Great movement there.
What a start from Schmidt. He's done well at the back end of the field. Took advantage of some early carnage in this race. We'll quickly go back through some replays right now of the early portion of this one. So if we go back to the green flag, this was Mole stuck on the grid. You can see him there, parked on the right-hand side. Let's go on board.
What happened? He hasn't moved at all.
No, he hasn't moved. He hasn't moved at all.
There he is now. It's like and then Jamie and Brad got together as well somehow, or was it someone else with Brad Wall?
That was Jamie. It was Jamie with Brad. So we'll quickly let's see what it was like on the inside of Billy's car.
I think it's already been called no further action, but I don't know what's he doing in there. Is he falling asleep?
He stalled it. He stalled it on the line. He stalled it and it bogged down hard.
Oh no.
So that explains why. And then we had, where is it? This was then Cowie going off track afterwards. Down at turn 1. So he had the inside line. He had the lead. That's a massive
he's
slide.
lost the rear end. He lit it up. Oh, that was so lucky. He just filtered into a gap then. Oh, that was so lucky. That could have been carnage like you would not believe. That was so close. All right, let's bring the cameras back to some action. I will switch my camera down to Peter Pav. He's got 3. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to go to Craig Healy because they've got a nice battle going down the back there with the boys. Where's Mr. Healy?
Billy Mole fuel saving.
On the pit line?
Yeah, on the start line. Oh, that's some top banter by Pato there. A little bit of a lock up of the brakes there from Vandermeulen and into the long left hand of the other tyre.
Have a look at Healy all over the back of Kwashi. We just can't seem to get the TMX boys in the same race, can we?
No, we can't.
Clydebuck's missing 1 week, then Kwashi the next week.
You never see them on the same track anymore, do you?
They're the one and the same person.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, contact with Wall! That was Schmidt, and Healy. That was Schmidt and Healy.
Was that contact or was that Healy losing the rear end?
Nah, it looked like he initially lost the rear end and then there was just carnage off the back of it. Let's quickly check out how this works.
This layout of livery. I like that livery.
Yeah, it looks so much better with the white, doesn't it?
Oh. What's he done? Is he gone off onto the curbs?
He's kind of clipped the curb. That's then unsettled in. Sean's then right beside him. He's tried to come back on the road, then they've just intertwined themselves and it spun Healy around.
Oh, looks like Douglas is having a look on the inside of Gallen. Or is that... Yes, it is Douglas, isn't it? Yeah.
It is Douglas. He's still there, hanging out with him. But these guys battling right now, this is now allowing Sean Vandermeulen just to run away with things at the moment. 7 minutes into this race. There's been big contact in behind with Mitch Noble and Sean Smith. Di Feldman's now been involved as well. This is what has happened at turn 1. So you see him there weaving down the straight. Need to be careful of how many moves they make. Noble's then going to try it up the inside. He's beside on. He's done what Cowie did on lap 1. He's just locked it up, kept it there, and Smith had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he's just unfortunately... He's unfortunately slid it. Thank God he didn't hit someone.
No, I know.
Hey, Laura. Good evening to you. Good to have you back. You've been a bit quiet of late, love.
It's because Brad hasn't been here. That's why. He's been ill or he's been practicing or we need
Laura,
Brad back out.
You are our 31st person for the night to join us on YouTube. Let me tell you that.
I'm glad.
Responsibility lap 4 for car number 44.
So that is going to Sean Smith. That was for the incident with Craig Healy. So he will have to come for a little travel down the lane. Unfortunately, they won't have any pit stops in this race, and that's another one with.
Was that Schmidt again?
That was Lipsky. Yeah, that was Schmidt on Lipsky that time.
He's just spun him right around. I reckon he might be going for another one.
Well, this is not going to look good for him at the moment. You have to admit. So,
Mr. Jed Murray, how you doing, buddy? Hope Real World Racing has been treating you well. I did Did watch some of it a few weeks ago. Oh, he's just. Oh, that was unlucky.
He wasn't prepared for him to take such little amount of speed through the corner compared to him.
Yeah. He was just, unfortunately, he was a bit too faster than the guy in front of him.
Unfortunate. It may mean a penalty for him, though, unfortunately. But that's them's the breaks sometimes when you go racing, isn't it?
The breaks, mate. I'm going to chase my camera down to Mr. Brett Taylor. The Tasmanian that lives in Geelong.
You know, normally he does well when we don't focus on him too much.
We haven't focused on him for ages, actually.
We haven't. And
no.
We're getting worried about his performances.
Rises for it. Tonsillitis, ear and chest infection, but I do watch. Oh, don't talk about it. It sounds like it's contagious over YouTube.
Oh, that's a different kind of computer virus I don't need.
Oh, that's right. It is too.
As Van der Meulen still leads the way. Coming up onto lap 7 now, halfway point of this race. Douglas is trying to get past Mark out and down towards turn 1, side by side. It's a drag race at the moment down towards 1. We'll go on board here with Gallen to get the bird's eye view of what could entail at turn 1 between these guys. Houghton looks to possibly back out of the move. Oh, no, he's going to carry that easy inside line. And he's kept the position. What were you going to mention about Mitch Neville? He's had a spin.
He spun down the bottom screen and gone into the far wall near the pit entrance.
Unfortunate for
Great little fighting here. Great little fighting here. What we've got here is Jason Douglas on the back of Mark Horton, which is 0.24 of a second. John Gallen on the back of Jason Douglas, 0.26. And Scotty Weston, 0.32, followed by Steve Martin with a 0.53. So these boys are right on the back of each other. Anyone makes a mistake here, it's all over Red Rover.
Well, they start battling a lot more, especially through the midsection of this lap, or this track, I should say. It will allow Van der Meulen just to break away a little bit outside of that tow range. If he breaks that tow range, Sinker, and he keeps a constant... Oh, my God, Gallen had to try and take avoiding action right there over Jason Douglas.
That was so close. He really needs to wipe that windscreen.
I know, he really needs the windscreen wipers on, does John Gallen. Oh, but yeah, if Van der Meulen breaks this tow, I don't know if there's going to be any stopping him in this race because he's driving consistent laps as Douglas is going to try and get the run down towards turn 1 once again. So we're going to stick here with Gallen to see if anything eventuates at the next corner. Douglas, though, was smart. He's managed to play the game to get the inside line at turn 1 now, Sinker.
Yeah.
He just has to, he has to big balls it a little bit here and try and send it up the inside of Mark, but needs to do it safely as well. They've got traffic on the exit of the pits just quickly as well.
Horton did really well. Oh, is he going to get over under? He's not. He's lost too much momentum through there. Oh, that's a shame.
So what also hindered that move a little bit was the fact that Sean Smith was actually coming out of pit lane for what I think was actually his second drive-through, possibly, if he was handed one just yet.
Brad Wall has done really well getting himself back up to the pointy end. He is now chasing down Brett Taylor. Brett Taylor's got himself on the back of a Pelican at the moment. He's hitching a ride on Peter Pav. So he's right on the back of Peter Pav. They've come out of nowhere. I'm not sure if Pav's last lap was a 147, so he must have had an incident of some sort because these boys are coming in with a 138. That's nearly 11 tenths.
Oh, Houghton and Gallen side by side. Gallen shot the half into the braking zone. Houghton, though, trying to hold the inside line at the next corner. Phenomenal door-to-door racing between them. That was huge net code between them, Sinker.
That was massive net code.
Oh, my God.
How did he miss that?
Oh, my God.
That was massive net code, man. That was absolutely huge.
That was some of the biggest
still fishtailing from there.
That was some of the biggest net code I've seen in a long while.
Oh, man.
And we mentioned it, but what it's now done is it's actually promoted Scott Weston onto the podium, Sinker, but he has got an attacking Jamie Davis on his inside line at turn 1. This has now allowed Jace Douglas to be released up towards the back of Sean Van der Meulen, so we could have a battle for P1 shortly coming. Davis, that was insane.
That was a huge net code, massive. That was like you could almost put half a car in between them at that point.
Let's have a look. Like it's
his whole. It looked like they were going to touch mid chassis, and then all of a sudden his rear end just flicked out of nowhere.
Let's see
Have a watch of this.
Hang on, let's see if we can get this. No, that's not going to show us either. Can we get chopper cam? Yes, we can. This is going to give us a great view. So look at this. Look at that. There's like a good foot between them.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's a proper shame.
That's a shame.
They were both having a great race as well. One positive out of it, though, is Mark Houghton is currently slotted P2 on the grid of the next race, as he is in P9 at the moment. So if he can make the checkered from this point, he will have a front row start in the next race. And John Gallen, whether it was, I don't think that was an intentional moment with him and Mark. He is a bit further back, so that'll be
beautiful racing.
Yeah, that'll be
beautiful racing. That's when iRacing comes in and kicks you in the nuts and gives you a stupid bloody net code.
Well, if
iRacing.
If Mark was feeling sour about it, there is the positive at least that John is a bit further back than where you'll be starting in the next race. But regardless, that was not. I think we can both agree that was not John's fault. That was just unfortunate internet connection net code. It happens at the worst of times, if you ask me. But the top two battle is massive pressure moment at the moment right now. Sinker 5 minutes to go, under 5 minutes to go on this race, and Jace Douglas has closed this gap to less than half a second on Sean Vandermeulen at the front of the field. Douglas yet to take a win.
Then.
He was. He's almost gone for the later apex on that corner, just trying to cut up the inside.
It looked like he tried to get the car straighter earlier.
Yeah. Could be a good strategy when trying to attack at Sean here. Jace yet to take a win this season. Is he a former Supercars winner?
Who?
Jace Douglas.
No, he's come close, but he hasn't actually taken the title. He missed out on the title in that race in season 2, I think it was.
Yeah, but he has taken a race win, correct?
Oh, yeah, he has. Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So Jace trying to take his first race win in a fair while. Sean trying to take his first race win overall here in race number 1. Under 4 minutes to go, about 3.5 minutes to go for Sean Vandermeulen to survive in P1 on the road at the moment and take his maiden win in SRW, as Douglas was going to try and go the outside line, cuts it back on the inside, too late for Vandermeulen to defend. He may try and go for the switchback. He's not going to.
That was a very good move by Jason there, very clean.
That was a very good move, and now Sean possibly playing the smart game here of have a crack next lap, get the tow, and just try and do the same thing to Jace at turn 1 if he can. Michael Quash has had an incident in the background, although he's still going, so I think he actually just pulled it up on the road. So thanks for lying to SDK.
Mark Horton just called something in.
Okay.
Yes, Steph, 2 races tonight. This is the 20-minute, and we'll have the feature in 3 minutes, plus some warm-up of 5 minutes, and we'll be into it again.
Yeah, call it racing in the next 10 minutes.
Yep.
Green flag racing again.
Boys down the bottom screen are going great guns as well. They are doing some awesome racing down there. You got Horton, Pavlovich, Kwashi, and Brad Wall, followed by Taylor and Trainer.
As race controls over
350 has just got himself a drive-through penalty. John Gallen got a drive-through penalty for that.
Interesting. I think the reason that they may have given that was when the actual contact happened, it did look like that John was aiming towards Mark's car, and maybe they determined that contact was going to happen anyway.
Just to give the viewers a bit of a heads up on what happens when there's a netcode situation, they look at the situation and say, if the netcode wasn't going to happen, would there have been contact anyway? And the RC have deemed that there would have been a contact anyway. And they look at the pace and the angles and all that sort of stuff. So they've deemed it that there would have been contact in that side pillar anyway.
Well, that's what happens when you go door-to-door racing. Contact is often inevitable. But John is a strong competitor. We know he'll have a strong run in race 2. Longer race period. He can make up some spots.
Mark Horton's also got himself a drive-through.
That would have been for his
Instant
rejoin, I would say.
responsibility.
Yeah, I'd say that would be for his rejoin, unfortunately.
Possibly. Yeah.
So that will take him out of contention for a front row start of the next race. But at the moment, Jace Douglas is looking on towards his first win of the season here at Fuji. He hasn't gotten on the top step thus far this season. He has gotten a podium. As he comes round up towards the final corner. It'll be one lap to run for Sean Vandermeulen to try and put a challenge on to Jace Douglas. I was getting confused there. We're not quite at the final corner, actually. We've got a couple more corners to go. Yeah. This part of the track can be quite confusing sometimes. He is. He's on the pole at the moment, but he will be P2. He will be P2, though, when Houghton comes in for his drive-through. So,
Peter Pav? No, he hasn't got a drive-through.
No, Houghton does.
Oh, Houghton does. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
yeah.
he'll go to P2.
With front roads with
with Quash.
front row with Michael Quash, which will be a great front row start, as long as the boys know how to use the clutch.
Hopefully they can go a bit better than what Billy did in this race.
Sorry, Billy. We're going to have to give him some tips. You release the foot when you feel it grabbing. You just accelerate it a little bit more, release a little bit more, balance
Just
it out,
turn on
drop it,
anti-stall. Just turn on anti-stall. It'll save you. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You don't lose too much time for anti-stall, and that way you can still use the clutch for your race start. But
220 has been asked to readdress between 175. He has done so.
Okay, so a bit of contact.
Taylor's been putting a bit of pressure on Brad Wall. They're having a great little ding-dong there. Di Feldman's got herself a couple of places as well. Our biggest mover tonight.
He is Jacob Traynor, who's up 7. A great race from Jacob thus far.
Oh, who was that? Someone. Oh, has got himself an iRacing stop and hold, I think.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but one of the drivers has. But there's a great little battle there with Brad Wall coming on the inside of Taylor. Having a great little ding-dong there, those two.
Having a phenomenal battle at the back of the field, but up through the final corner comes Jason Douglas and Sean Vandermeulen. He may have needed one more lap in this race to get back onto the top step, but Jace Douglas had it over him here in race number 1. He will cross the line here in P1 on the road for his first win this season. Vandermeulen an overall podium in race 1 with Davis in P3. We then have Weston and Martin, Mole, Cowan, Clifton, Pavlovich and Quash will make up the top 10, and he will start pole position for race number 2.
Excellent drive there. Mr. Douglas has done a great job. You did mention him earlier in the night, saying that he's due for a bit of a squirt. He's been putting in some good times of late. It's good to see that he's getting the top step.
Well, it's been a long while coming for Jason. He's had some fantastic pace recently, and he's managed to put everything together that he needed to here tonight.
My standouts tonight I'm really impressed with, and growing in form, Scotty Weston and Steve Martin.
They did very, very well, didn't they, out on the track?
Both of them really, really well. They've both stepped up a bit of a level, and up 4 places for Steve Martin and up 6 places by Scotty Weston. So great work there. Our biggest mover would have to be Scotty Weston with 6 places, and also Jacob Traynor 6 places.
So some phenomenal driving by some fantastic races here tonight. Douglas was up 5 spots into P1. He had a fantastic jump off the line.
Ray's not here tonight. Where's Ray?
Ray Douglas.
Yeah, he's usually on the chat when
Where's Ray?
When Jason's driving. He must be in the other room and got away from the chitter chat. So
must be talking him up, surely. He's just talking him up through the race. That's what it was.
Probably.
Warm-up session to come now. So 5 minutes for these drivers to get out on track, get a little bit more practice under their belt, or possibly even go out, get themselves a drink, get themselves a little snack, use the facilities. That should be on offer for them. Cowie saying should have practiced the start, went too deep into turn 1. Oh, it happens, Cowie. You had some good pace. I think you managed to make your way back into, I think, what was it, P7 or P6? So I think you'll have a good run in this race. Hopefully you just don't bottle it at turn 1 again. And push forward for the next 40 minutes of racing. So, 40 minutes, Sinker. Strategy will be at play for them. They'll need to do the pit stop to make it home. Do we see anyone coming in for a cheeky little undercut inside the top 10 possibly, or do you think they're going to go as long as possible?
I'm sorry, mate. I missed all that. I'm listening to the chitter chatter in the box just for Jason Douglas's information that you don't need to return to pits anymore. We've changed that rule, so now the drivers don't need to do a lap to get back to the grid because we take photos of the guys basically on the grid when they get there for their podium photos, more or less.
Could even just take action shots around the track as well if we really wanted to as well. But we try and aim for the finish line. But
and then so now the boys can go back to the pits after they pass the second or third corner, so that way that we don't have to see it on camera. It doesn't look like it's fake that way. This is a simulation.
Maybe they found the driveway that goes back to the pit lane. You know, there's one a bit further around the track, so they don't have to drive for the whole way around. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what's at the third corner. It's a little return to pits driveway.
Oh, I got to get Jacob a new livery because he's sitting there with purple rims, so he's different colour to Brad.
Well, season 4, time for a new livery for your cars as a whole anyway.
Yeah, there'll be a bit of a splash update with the liveries for season 4 as long as
surely you're starting it this week so it's done in time for next season.
Well, they don't take me that. Usually I do them like the night or two before because I'm usually that busy, but yeah.
I can do them for you if you really want
I
me
don't
to.
know about betting on me, not enough practice this week. Cowie, I'll put your name up there for the win, mate, so don't give me this negative attitude, mate. Focus. All right? Positive. Visualise the pass. Visualise the first corner. Get in there, son. How was that? Was that all right?
That was good. That was fantastic. If you want someone to do them, I'll do them for you, Ziggo. I don't mind.
Oh, it's all right. I enjoy doing them. It's actually a stress release. There's a few people who've left the session. We're not finished, folks. We've got a 40-minute battle coming up with these titans in the split 1 and 2 tonight.
Who's left?
I don't know. It looks like 5 people have left.
Who?
I don't know.
Well, have a look at the names.
Someone who doesn't like me.
Have a look at the names, Sinker. Or do you mean the broadcast? Oh, it was the broadcast.
Broadcast.
I thought you meant the actual session. I'm like, why are they leaving so early?
The boys are all fired up. They're all pumped up, ready to go. A few coming out for a bit of a spin. On track at the moment we've got practicing is Michael Quash, Peter Pav, Jacob Trainer. All out there. Sean Smith has just popped out as well. Healy's just gone to pits. Scotty Weston's gone to pits. Michael Quash just set at 207.146 out there.
That's only an open. That's with a practice start, Sinker. That's not a full-on flying lap.
No.
No. We're looking.
What temperatures here, mate?
We're looking good for a nice cloudy day in Japan. 28 degrees track temp, 20 degrees ambient. So, 20 degrees ambient. I was a bit too far away to read it properly. So it's a nice
86%
crisp,
humidity, a little bit cloudy.
Yeah, nice crisp Japanese day.
Yeah, wind though, 24 km/h wind.
Oh mate, we're right near Mount Fuji. It's always windy there.
Well, we're near Mount Fuji. Where's the snow? When are we going to get rain for these fake Gen 3 cars? When are they coming, huh?
Season 1 of next year is what they're claiming. Ben Davis in the chat.
Evening to you, myself. There you are,
There
Mr. Douglas. Yeah, about bloody time, mate. I hope you saw him go over the finish line for his Heat 1 win.
Apparently he has. He said, see what happens next race. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So
it's always cool in Ballarat, mate. I've been in Ballarat when it snowed. Here we go.
I've been there when it's been hot. It's hot in Ballarat when it is warm. So On the starting grid, though, Michael Quash will start here tonight for race number 1. Unfortunately, this camera pack does not have our nice, sexy grid pole camera sinker, so can't use it for this race. The grid, though, will be as follows for race number 2. Michael Quash will start pole position ahead of Peter Pavlovic, with Mick Clifton and Andrew Cowan starting on the second row of the grid. Billy Moll and Stephen Martin then make up the top 6 cars, with Scotty West and Jamie Davis in behind. Sean Vandermeulen and Jason Douglas will make up the top 10. Behind them will be how they finished in race number 1. Brad Wall to Brett Taylor. We then have Scott LeBeffair, Jacob Traynor, Craig Healy, Jared Williams, Di Feldman, Martin Lipsky, John Gallen and Mitch Noble make up the top 20, with Mark Out and Sean Smith in behind. No one else in behind them raced in race number 1. We'll see if they will join us for race 2. But I doubt
I've got
it
my
at this stage.
camera on Mr. Douglas, being that he is the heat winner, and he is in 10th place on the grid, ready to rock and roll. Waiting for him to join, actually. My camera is drifting all over the place until he joins.
Adam,
Ray,
you always get
a pat in the back. Tell him to go in there.
Adam,
Did
you always
RC
get a shout out. They always get a
Oh.
shout out. I think Tyson likes to shout himself out enough, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. I did give the RC a shout out. I gave them a shout out for coming out and stay until 10:30 last night doing tickets and stuff. Even though you did disappear, Mr. Adam Hughes.
I know, be there.
Yeah, the Pelicans, yes, they are going to shine. We've got one on the front row at the moment, Peter Pav. Let's see if Peter Pat can bring back some of his season title-winning driving. I think his last season he won, we were doing split one and we're doing Supercar 1 and Supercar 2s. It might have been early last year when he won the title for the first time.
We're waiting for Stephen Martin, Brad Wall, Brett Taylor, Martin Lipsky to join the grid.
Yep, Brad
in this
Wall as well,
race.
Brett Taylor.
Yep. Martin
Excuse
is
me,
on
gents.
grid now. Hello, Tyson.
Just want to give myself a shout out. Thanks, boys.
No worries, Tyson.
Get back in your box.
He'll love to. Yeah, he has a good sense of humour, does Tyson, doesn't he?
Oh, mate, it is the worst dry sense of humour you've heard, mate. he once he becomes a dad, mate, he'll be right in the pocket, mate. I'm telling you right then. He's already practicing it now, mate.
Oh, that's why he's practicing. He's preparing himself.
Dad jokes galore.
Oh, we love a good dad joke. Everyone's on grid, though. Lights are going to go up in just a moment's time for race number 2 here tonight. Racing, hopefully the front runners will take each other out the first lap. Well, they nearly did last race, so we'll see if it happens again here in race number 2. Kwashi and Pavlovic on the front row. Have we got another 5-minute grid time again? No, we don't. Lights are up.
No, there's no one talking. They should be ready to go any second. Here they go, mate. Here they go.
Lights are up. Let's go racing here for race number 2 of Fuji Speedway. Kwashi and Pavlovic on the front row. And everyone's gotten away nicely, apart from Ray Douglas in the background, who absolutely bogged it up at the back end of the top 10. He's already been swamped by Brett Taylor as they come down towards one. Slight front to rear contact with Pavlovic and Quash. He's done well to hold brakes. Weston's around as well. Big carnage at turn 1 early on as everyone tries to find a laneway around.
I missed all that. I was looking at at my other screen, watching the guys go through. I'm thinking to myself, how clean does this look?
As McAvoy, our race controller, is on the radio, so we'll have another look at that.
He's just saying that they are currently reviewing the start.
Yep.
And we'll get back to them. He hasn't called a safety car or anything, but Michael Clash, Michael Clifton, what happened to Pav?
He had the front to rear contact with Kwashi. You'll see how it occurred when we go to replay, Singer. Don't worry, you'll see how it occurred when we go to replay.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was
These boys.
unfortunate. It was unfortunate.
They give me palpitations they do.
What has been good off this start, though, is Billy Moll is currently P3 on the road with Andrew Cowan and Jamie Davis in behind him, so they're looking good. Possibly get themselves a podium, maybe even a win in this race. Sean Vandermeulen's also back in the hunt as well. One of the big boys, though, who got caught up off that start, who bogged it, was Jason Douglas. He was then also caught up in the carnage at 1. He's already all the way back in P15 as he tries to get back past Peter Pavlovic. up towards the line. He's going to get it done. He's also going to get past Di Feldman, so that's 2 into 1 for Jason Douglas, as Pav also tries to get it done in behind him as well. As the front few come down towards turn number 1. Let's get a replay happening of...
Hang on, wait for this corner. They've got 3 wide just behind this. Are they going to make it clean? Yes, they are. They've shaped it out. Cowie and Davis, again, ran to each other all the way through, just like we've seen them in the past. A quick thing that I was going to say is maybe we should, considering me and you are both real fit fellas, we need to get a defibrillator in our houses.
Oh, the yellow wiggle would be singing his praise, or singing our praises if we did that.
Yeah. All right, where are we? Let's focus on this, mate. There's been a few incidents left, right, and centre. I can see these boys have settled down into their rhythm. I'm sure the viewers want to see it because I missed it. Can we have a quick look at what happened in that
of course
pivotal moment there? I didn't see what happened to Pav.
So this is on board with him down towards turn 1. So you can see he's real deep under brakes, and then he just kind of locks it slightly.
Oh, has he touched him or has he just locked it trying to avoid him?
We'll have a look.
Looks like he tried just. Looks like he took one for the series and tried to avoid contact. Yeah, he tried to avoid contact and spun himself. Ah, mate. Oh, what was that?
Yeah,
oh
that,
my God.
and then it's all broken apart in amongst it as well.
Well, you know what? Not much damage. That's a good thing. There was no body parts or panel parts coming off anywhere. Someone has just ducked into the pits.
Yeah, it's Scott Leberfair.
Scott Leberfair. My audio is just in, so let's see if we can get that going again.
We can still hear you. We can still hear you.
On my on your iRacing, because I love the sound of the V8s roaring when I'm commentating, so I can get myself in the mood.
Ray claiming, as I always say, it's hard to fly like an eagle. Even harder to fly like a pelican sometimes as well.
You did actually call. Oh, Ray Davis has bogged it down. Ray Douglas has bogged it down.
I thought I said Jace Douglas has bogged it down off the start.
That tonight, you had all your thoughts were on Ray.
It's so hard not to think about Ray. Such an important figure in the show.
As far as movers and shakers, we've got Michael Quash maintained lead position. He is 7/10 up ahead. Mickey Clifton, the Rockstar, has just been passed by Billy Mole. Billy Pole is on the inside, taking the inside line, making it nice and clean. Clifton is now got Jason Doug, Jamie Davis and Andrew Cowan putting pressure on him, followed by Stevie Martin, Vandermeulen. Wall is up 3 places. John Gallen has done 10 places up already, and we're only in lap 3, so he is on the march. Jacob Trader, Mitch Neville up 9, Mark Horton up 9, and Sean Smith up 8.
On board now with the biggest mover of this race, John Gallen. He's up into P9 at the moment, trying to chase down Brad Wall and Sean Vandermeulen as well. You can see them all darting across the track into turn number 1.
Just set the fastest lap too, mate. 147.400. So he's got the bit between the teeth and he's going for it. He's whipping that pony. Oh no, he's driving a shitbox, not a pony. So there'll be no gritting the teeth and whipping the pony down the straight because he's driving a Holden.
Oh, they're the same thing on iRacing, Sinker. They perform the exact same. The only difference is how they look.
There's nothing wrong with historical racing, mate.
That's right. We love some historical racing. It's fantastic.
Brad Wall's having another great run, though.
He is. He's having a great run. Last race he got, top 12? He's now already inside the top 10. Oh, Gallen gains massive in that corner there. I reckon he's going to try and send it one lap.
Shit, I'm going a lot faster here than he is.
He knows he can carry speed into that corner on Wall. If he finds himself side by side, he will have the knowledge off that now to know, hey, I can actually get this move done if I'm side by side with him into that corner. Cowie's just getting eaten alive right now. And he's running an outside line onto the straight. Oh, a bit of biffing and barging.
Oh, my God, that was close, Cowie. He changed lanes in between 2 drivers. I thought he was gone then.
He's trying to get the toe off
look
of
at this,
Sean
4
Van der
wide.
Meulen. 4 wide down towards turn 1. It's a drag race.
I got goosebumps. Look
Van
at
der
this,
Meulen.
5 wide.
Van der Meulen's dispatched to the ball. Here comes Cowie. There's a slight knock with Martin. Cowie up the inside at 1. They're 4 wide into turn 1. He somehow gets the move done. Van der Meulen's trying to survive a hence wall. But Clifton and Martin are the only big losers out of that one as they've now dropped back a couple of spots.
Oh, Clifton's just called that one in. I don't think he had much choice but to pull out there, man. That was like 4 wide. Just does not go into that corner. That tell you right now.
I believe Jared
That
Williams.
was some driving.
Jared Williams has had a moment just in
wiggle.
the background.
That wiggle could have gone. That could have gone the wrong way real quick. Real quick. Whew. Van der Meulen. Oh no! He's missed his break. Where was that?
That was at turn 1. That was like he's like braked mid-corner and then decided, oh no, I'm not making the corner.
Oh no!
What has he done? So he's tried to line it up. He's on the inside. Braked slightly too late. He's then taken a way too shallow. It's like he's just parked at mid-corner and is like, oh no, I'm not going to try and go for a switchback. I'm just going to park it in the middle of the road.
He's just lost something then.
I don't know what it was.
That was, yeah, that was a weird one. Look at Brad Wall go here. He's on Van der Meulen. He's on a march. He's going to take the inside line. Will he be able to outbrake him? Who's going to be able to get to this corner and get out cleaner? Or Van der Meulen is showing him. He's showing him that he doesn't want to be pushed out wide.
Oh, Clifton wants the inside line as well.
Look at this move by Mickey Clifton on the inside under brakes. Oh my God, what a move. 3 cars wide. That was unbelievable.
A little cheeky slot up the inside line there from Mick Clifton. Gets him 2 moves into 1. Fantastic racing. He did what Cowan did last lap to these 2 boys. But they're going to keep their battle going. Does Martin go for it as well at turn 1 next lap if they're still going at it?
He might as well. Look, but Brad's got it on the inside, but Martin's getting right up behind Brad. Oh, no. That's oh my God, I've forgotten his name. Van der Meulen has said, no, I'm having that.
You're not taking my spot, big boy. I'm keeping this. I've already dropped too much off the start of this race. I just want to point out, through all this chaos, Billy Mole has taken the lead of the race.
Stevie Martin's got himself a drive-through.
Oh,
for the contact on lap 4. Who's he had the contact with? I don't know who he's had the contact with, but he's got himself a drive-through for a contact in lap 4. Where is he? He's dropped down a few places.
Martin's in P9. He's down 3.
Yeah.
In behind is this battle between Houghton and Douglas for P10 on the road. So,
well, have a look at this. That's 9 cars there.
I know.
That's Mickey Clifton, followed by Brad Wall, followed by Sean Van der Meulen, Stevie Martin, Mark Horton, Jason Douglas, Mitch Noble. Martin's just gone into the pits to serve his drive-through. Oh my God.
Oh, that was a slight lock-up into the braking zone from Douglas. He did very, very well to catch that on the entry into that corner.
See, hang on. There's a wise man in YouTube. I participated in an archaeology dig the other weekend and found an old Holden Line badge. Put it in the rubbish bin. We did. Love your work, Mr. Banks.
Steph's asking why the hate for Holden. I don't really understand the hate for it either. Man. Personally, I'm not a fan of
Douglas.
He's
Did you see his little wicky tail just whip around there? He nearly lost that there.
He's driving, and he did the same thing into turn 1. He's driving this thing on an absolute ragged edge at the moment. He's
got to be careful because he might burn those tyres up.
Well, not just burn them out. He might also make contact with Houghton if he's not careful as well. Like,
yes, Steph Gallen is up 15 places, got himself onto P4. Kwashi is dropped 2. He's 2.23 seconds off Billy Mole. Billy Mole is now putting pressure on Jamie Davis. Billy Mole and Jamie Davis. I do believe that I did say that Jamie Davis is going to win the second heat and Billy Mole will be second.
You said that Jamie would be P2. You said Billy would be P1.
Did I?
Yeah, you
that was
did.
a good try, mate. Good try by me.
You're not getting that past me, Sinker.
I'm going to go... Oh, Jace Douglas is in the bottom screen. He is got Jack Trainer, Mitch Noble, and Jason Douglas all... Here he goes on the top of it. Mitch Noble, he's going to have the look on the inside. Is he going to be able to break him? Mitch has taken the inside line.
How has Jace actually lost those 2 spots in the span of about 3 corners?
Don't know.
Has he run it wide at some point? He must have.
He must have, yeah. I'm gonna leave that fight there for a bit on that bottom screen because those boys are going for it hell for leather, and it looks like it's going to be quite a clean one. And it's actually 2 SRW boys against Jamie. Jamie's taking the inside line. Oh, look at that! Trainer took a beautiful line in there, and while these two were looking at each other, he's just gone and said, "Listen, guys, if you're going to be on the wrong race line, let me just go on the outside and take it."
Steph.
Hey, Steph, you got to admit my predictions have been pretty good this season. I've been picking pit stops like literally on the dial. Tonight we haven't even thought about it. Pit stops at the moment, mate. We are 12 minutes to a 40-minute stint. What are you thinking here, Hamish? We're on lap 8, 12 minutes in.
Next 10 minutes, I think.
Next 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You reckon 22 minutes, 23 minutes?
Mid-20s, in between 20 and 30 minutes. Get the first in tyres as long as you can, and then that way you have fresh tyres in the race.
Oh, yeah, it's a 40-minute stint. Yeah. I'm going for 25-minute mark here.
That's pretty much what I just said.
Yeah, you said... you did
we
say
agree, we agree, pretty much. It's going to be within the next 10 minutes. There may be some undercut strategies at play where they come in within the next 5 minutes, but that'll hurt them at the end of the race. They'll get track position.
No, we're going on track, do we? We know that he... Oh, look at this bottom screen. Brad Wall on the inside.
That'll actually be Sean Smith, thank you, on Mr. Pavlovic.
Oh, it was too.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it looked like Brad Wall's car. It's a pink. Oh, it's a pink one. Yeah, purple one. Sorry, I should say.
Yeah. Actually, I like Sean's car. It's not a bad look. The old silver and purple gradient.
Yeah.
It's different. It's nice and simple.
Oh, look at that. That was close in the background there. Did you see that?
I did indeed. The battles are coming in thick and fast. I think right now that we're teetering into that point of the race where everyone's just starting to get into their groove. They're just trying to look after these tyres, trying to go as long as possible. Obviously, put some pressure on where they can, but also just trying to control their own race as best they can, because realistically, they can't win the race or they can't, finish the race until the final 5 minutes. So they're trying to get there at this point and get to that, that pit stop, try and make some gains to it, maybe a little bit of fuel saving happening right now as well, just to get any advantage they can over their competitors, because it is so hard to get an advantage in these races with the fuel numbers so tight, and there's really not that much room for different strategies. It's all about just how long you can go in this race, as Mole's trying to get it done down the inside of Davis at turn 1 to take back the lead. He does so. Davis is going to try and go for the switch back here, almost textbook from him, but Mole's going to have the drive out of the corner, giving him an absolute car yards worth of space to Davis. Great racing from these blokes.
Yeah, if I was Davis right now, if I was Davis right now, I'd let him take that and follow.
I think that's what he's
Trainers
done.
in the pits.
I think that's what he's done, Sinker, to be honest with you.
Safety car has been called.
Oh.
Safety car has been called.
Why has it been called?
I'm not sure. There's an off track by Scott Lefebvre.
This will be why, I think. I think this will for sure be why, because it's parked up.
I reckon that F sign. I reckon it's Lefebvre.
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, what happened there?
What's he done?
Do that again?
Let's have a look. Let's go on board. Have a bit of a look.
He's hit the...
Oh, he's run it way wide. Oh, and he's caught the AstroTurf, and then he's tried to fix it. He's caught grip right on that tarmac on the outside of the corner.
He's destroyed his car.
Yeah, and it's gripped right up for him on the
we've got a safety car. We've got
I think some people pit. Some drivers will pit now. Free pit stop.
No one's pitted yet. We're right on the mark.
Mole might try and bait Davis in. No, he's in. They're all in. So the top two are in. Does Quashi follow?
Yeah,
He
we don't
does.
put it in there.
Gallen needs to be careful. The pit entry cannot cross that line, otherwise you will get a stop and hold from iRacing.
Yep. Not only that, we saw what happened in the F3s.
Yep, it can cause absolute chaos.
That was a big one and a half. That was, remind me who the two drivers were.
Oh, I can't remember at this point now. That was like 10 weeks ago. I'll be honest.
That was it Horton? No.
No. Might have been.
It was
it
Vella was the car that ended up in the wall.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you mean a couple of weeks ago at last week
Yes,
at
last
Donington?
week.
Yeah, it was Josh Houghton and Phil Vella.
That's it. Yeah, Vella in the
sorry,
wall, mate.
I thought you meant. I thought you meant we were last at Fuji. If I'm honest.
No.
So everyone.
I can still remember the last time Caleb Ballack was on there and he got stuck in the pit entry wall and his rear wheels were just flapping around like a duck in the water.
Just quickly, Jamie Davis has
Stayed out.
taken. No,
No, he
he's
hasn't.
come in. Oh my God, Billy Mole's got to stop and hold.
What? For his entry to the pit?
Yeah, he's got to stop and hold.
Oh no, Billy! What are you doing? Oh, it reminds me of that old song.
I knew immediately when he wasn't moving, like when Jamie came out first and he was nowhere near him. And I'm like, wait, why is he still in there? Then it's at like 30 seconds. I'm like, yeah, that's a stop and hold for sure.
Do you want to just show us his pit entry?
Yeah, I got to find it. Hang on. Let's find him. Here we
It
go.
looks like I think he crossed the white line. So everyone has pitted. There's no one has stayed out. Yeah, Sean reckons he touched the stripe line.
Yep.
He's cut it right there.
Yep. That's exactly
He's
what's
cut it
done
right
it.
there.
Yep.
Oh.
That is exactly what has happened. So unfortunately for Billy Mole, that now takes him well out of contention in this race. With 20 minutes to go, I cannot see a possible world where he is able to come back from this point.
No, and it was such an epic
apart from a
drive, man.
miracle. Oh, he was doing so well.
You know what? You know what he's done?
What's
He's
he
done
done?
a sinker.
Yeah, he has. And I don't know.
He's done a sinker.
No. If he'd done a sinker, he would have spun it on the entry. That's what that would have been.
No,
What he's done
Tell
is
you what, though.
it's pretty hard to spin it when you don't drive.
052, what's he talking about?
052 is Scott Weston.
Whole positions. Oh, they're talking about position changes. Okay, because someone tried to sneak a sneaky one through the thing. I've come to speak with you again, Jordan Ferguson. Welcome, Jordan. Always,
I think him and Jack are just trying.
Come and sit down at my table, mate. Let me get my pad out.
Yeah. I think him and Jack are trying to. They're trying to get us rolled up. That's what it is. We welcome it though. Keeps us sane.
Yeah. Have a look at this. Jamie Davis, John Gallen,
and Andrew
up
Cowan.
17 places.
Yep, and Andrew Cowan's there as well.
Yeah. Andrew Cowan in third, Michael Quash fourth, Mick Rockstar Clifton in fifth, Mark Horton in sixth, Brad Wall in seventh, Mitch Noble in eighth, Jason Douglas in ninth, and Sean Smith in 10th. That's your top 10 viewers. Jacob Trainer in 11th. The rest of the boys are all boys that have lost positions from the front end going back. Pit exit is now open. They're not too far off. They'll do this next lap, and I think they should. Exactly what I was just thinking. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap, and off they will go. This is going to be a mega sprint.
Well, our battle for the win, once again, like young and old, is going to come down to Jamie Davis and John Gallen. But Andrew Cowan will be there to put a challenge in for himself. We know he's got some good pace. He put the car on the front row in qualifying. If there's any contact between Gallen and Davis, Cowan will pick up the crumbs with his dustpan and brush straight away. He will not let them have anything in this race.
That John Gallen and Jamie Davis were fighting for the title last season.
They were.
Until Jamie got himself a weekend off.
Yep.
Yes. So these are the two boys at the front, and Cowan. are the title contenders from Season 2. So this is going to be epic, this little battle on the way through.
Okay, well, remembering Cowan...
Credit.
Just to give you a little bit more lore about that, just quickly, Sinker. So it was Gallen versus Davis for the Tuesday night series. A safety car pulls away. It was Cowan versus Gallen for the Sunday night series. So all three of these guys have been intertwined in championship battles in 2024. Oh my God, the safety car's actually spun it around. That is hilarious. How has Husey done that? Just quickly, we have to quickly show this. How has he done this? Just very, very quickly. We cannot let him live this down. Oh wait, no, this is at the start. We need to find it again later on. We'll find it again later on.
This is Adam Hughes.
It is Adam Hughes.
In his finest moment in SRW history.
We'll find that in a couple laps time, and we are going to show everybody Adam Hughes spinning that car because we never let it down whenever a safety car does it. Davis has got control.
The field is not behind each other. They should be behind each other. They should not be left and right of each other.
Well, he's gone, and he's taken the inside line immediately. Cowie's been caught napping, but he's been passed by Kwashi before the control line. So Kwashi may have a penalty coming his way here, Sinker. That was incredibly tight down towards turn one. They're abreast everywhere on the main straight.
Yeah, I didn't like that restart
They made it through clean.
Too many people side by side. They should have been all on each other. Cowie is going to put the pressure on Kwashi here. He's very, very close. We're talking 1/10 here at the moment. Cowie's behind him. He's got the inside line. He's got the nose a little bit there. He's putting pressure on Kwashi. Not what... Oh, he's tagged him! Oh, Cowie! Oh, no. No. Yes, Tyson, I've already mentioned Adam's spin. Oh, I'll tell you what, I think that's a drive-through for Cowie and the team boss of PSR boys. He's not going to be happy, and he's going to be giving him one, I'm telling you.
He will, so...
Yeah, well, that's assuming that I'm correct with my assumption. But, oh, look, Jason Douglas on the inside just then. He's got to slow down. He's had to go wide. He's had to slow down on the wide. He was just about to take... Oh, there's been another spin there. There's been a bit of contact there with...
We've just quickly showed Adam Hughes' spin in the safety car, as we're never letting him live that down ever again now. This was Kwashi and Cowan, so off the restart. What's happened between them? Oh, that's not so good. And I just want to check as well, just for our peace of mind, Sinker, the restart between Kwash. I can't even see it on that camera. He's passed him before the control line, because the control line is the start-finish line.
I think that's been called.
Wow. So I assume that is for... Oh, I assume it's for this. The not-so-safety car. Exactly right. I assume it's for this with Billy Mole and Jacob Traynor. Oh, unfortunate there for Billy. Race going from bad to worse for him.
Yeah. No, well, another one for the boys upstairs to look at.
So that's now going to bring Cowie back into contention, but he may have a penalty hanging over his head. Kwashi may have something hanging over his head for the restart procedure. This will give the drivers, though, an opportunity to think about their restart procedure, actually, Sinker, and possibly do it properly this time.
Yeah.
Lining up in a row down the straight instead of just being all over the track.
Yeah, that was a bit weird, that was like everyone was trying to take an advantage of it there, but yeah.
Well,
that was a very sloppy restart.
It was Di Feldman who had to tow back, so she's obviously been involved in something after that move with Mole and Traynor. So let's just quickly find out what's happened to Di. So that move happened with Traynor and Mole, of course. There's Di there. So she's down the straight with them. There's the contact. She's blinked. I think she's actually blinked off track, Sinko. And then she's reappeared somewhere.
That's a very interesting question there, Mrs. Stephanie Piccoli. Does the safety car get a penalty for towing without permission?
I think so. You know what? Since we're under safety car again, let's have a look at it again.
Just again.
Just
one more time.
Why not? You know, why not? Just, you know, all angles.
Coming in. He's hit the
Clips
apex.
the curb, and see you later.
Front. Oh, nice work there.
So
nice work there.
the question now is...
right there, viewers, is where his hand went to face.
The question now is, Sinko, what's worse? Hughesy spinning it on the in-lap or Leakey blowing the engine at Bathurst?
Oh, it's more Manly blowing the engine.
That's true. He was pushing the car a bit harder.
100%, 100%. 34 plus viewers tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. And please, like and subscribe. Tyson gave you permission to tow.
I think by permission they meant tow now, quick. Get it off screen. That was what it was.
44 is going to move behind 216.
Okay.
So he's going to sit behind Peter Pav.
Interesting.
Have up one place.
Possibly for incorrect restart procedure, maybe?
Not sure. I know he called it a readdress. So
okay, maybe he went past under the safety car by mistake,
yes,
or when
correct.
the yellow.
As the safety car was called, he must have passed him.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. At least.
All right, so we have at the front again, as we started a few minutes ago, and we are how many minutes left? We've got nearly 10 minutes left. By the time we get started, it'll be 10 minutes left. So we've got Jamie Davis sitting in the lead position, followed by John Gallen up 17 places, followed by Mark Horton up 18 places. Andrew Cowan started in 4th, you see in 4th. Brad Wall up 6 places to 5th. Well done by Mr. Wall. Mick Rockstaff Clifton is in 6th place. Mitch Noble in 7th, up 13 places. Jason Douglas up 2 places in 8th position. Scotty Weston in 9th. Steve Martin 10th. Peter Pav in 11th. Sean Nesmith in 12th. Taylor 13. Healy 14. Williams 15. Lipsky 16. Paul Billy Mole in 17. Kwashi 18. Van Meulen 19. Jacob Trainer 20. And Di Feldman in 21. Mr. Leboeuf is still in the pits.
He's still in the pit lane. He hasn't gotten going after towing back to pits. We might be chatting to Brad Wall at the end of this race, Sinker. The way he's going.
Might be a split 2 winner.
Yeah.
Right. So the redress, gents, under yellow.
Come back to Team SRW.
Hang on. We've got Tyson in here. What was the redress for, Tyson?
There was a bump and run at the final corner, lap 13, between
Okay.
216 and 44.
Okay, and can we confirm, has the start procedure been reviewed for one of the incidents that happened, or not one of the incidents that happened, but for Cowie and Kwashi? Just to question.
Yep. There'll be a penalty coming for Cowie.
Okay.
Well, you've got to be careful with those ones, mate, because if the driver doesn't call it, and we're calling it, we can be getting ourselves in all sorts of realms.
Don't get into a crash and we won't call it out. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap. We will have under 10 minutes to go in this race. Should be our last safety car for the race. I think we could healthily assume Sinker without the whole field blowing it up at turn 1. As Tyson's back over the radio. Safety car is pulling away from the field. So we will go green as of the next lap. It'll be Davis and Gallen 1v1 once again. They've got Houghton and Cowan in behind them, lurking, ready to strike if either of them make a mistake. Walls on for an impressive class win in this race. Lap 17 about to come your way off the restart as Davis leads them down to the line. We'll see when he goes green. He has gone green and Gallen has gone with him. But he has given up a little bit of space to Jamie Davis. Cowan comes into pit lane for his penalty. He now drops out of the top 10. So all of a sudden it's now a three-way dance for the win of this race. with Davis, Gallen and Houghton all in contention. They've got Wall, Noble and Clifton in behind, as well as Douglas and Weston and Martin. Pavlovic makes up the top 10. As they come up towards turn 2, Martin Lipsky's had a moment in the background. The leaders have gotten away nice and clean, Sinker, and they've started a gap just a little bit of the likes of Wall and Clifton and Noble, who are currently side by side through turn 3. And they've got a lurking Jason Douglas, I should say, in behind, who has got some fantastic pace out there tonight, and he'll be hungry to try and chase down the top 3.
Yeah, Mitchie Noble, that was very, very close to giving Rockstar Clifton a spin. And just to let you know that Scotty's name is pronounced Lefebvre. The B is silent.
Oh, Lefebvre.
Lefebvre.
Okay, very good. Who he did Google. Google, okay, very good. So Lefebvre.
Yeah, Google. Lefebvre.
Oh, we were close enough. It's just we were pronouncing the B. Apart from that.
Yeah.
It is a confusing name, to be fair, for...
Yeah, so the B is more like a V. Oh, that was a little swing of the tail there. That was not too far off from Scotty Weston giving a full rotation. He's lucky he's held that. He would have got swallowed up by those Pelicans behind him straight away with Mr. Martin and Pavlovic.
Jason's car
Here
is
we go,
on
Jason.
a ragged edge, side by side with Mitch Noble down towards turn 1. Drag race action at Fuji once again.
Look at them boys go.
He's gotten it done. Fair play to him. He's gotten it done before the braking zone. Oh, Noble's locked it up, trying to hold on to the spot. That's going to force him wide. Weston's now going to sneak through as well.
Yep. He was not a good way to go, but that's what it is. It is what it is. John Gallen is on 5/10 on the back of Jamie Davis. They've pulled away from Mark Horton at the moment. They're like nearly 2 seconds off. And then Brad Wall is a second off Horton. Jesus, Brad Wall is actually catching Horton. The last lap, Brad was nearly 2/10 faster.
The battles are coming in thick and fast. He had a drive through.
He had a rear end knock to Michael Quashi, and so he's got himself a drive through.
At the moment, Jamie Davis leads to John Gallen. They've started to gap Mark Houghton in behind them. It's becoming a 1v1 for the win of this race. Both these drivers multiple time winners. Davis yet to win a championship. Gallen, the last winner of a Pro-Am championship on Sunday nights last season. No, he won it on Tuesday, sorry. Carey won it on the Sunday. As Jared Williams has had another incident in the background, just to call it out. That's the gap between Gallen and Davis in P1 on the road at the moment. Out to a second now, so Davis has started to switch on the jets. He has surely saved some fuel under those 2 safety cars, Cowie, and now he is burning that extra petroleum to the absolute maximum to build this gap out to Gallen.
He's just set a 1:36.556. That is a great little lap there. I've got the bottom screen fight going on with these boys. There is Mitchie, who is it? I've got it.
Schmidt. You got Schmidt, you've
There's
got Healy, you got Taylor, you got
the
Mole
boys
lurking.
are like all the way down to Billy Mole. They're all a couple of tenths apart, so they've got a great little battle going on. Oh, there's a bit of... Oh, watch him enter. Oh, that was... Who was that that went off?
That was
just then?
Schmidt. That was a bit of track
That was
extending
Schmidt.
from
That
him.
was... He's lost himself 4 places then. Oh, man.
And unfortunate for him. We've got under 5 minutes to go now, so no more safety cars in this race. Sinker and Jamie Davis starting to try and build this gap out. I do believe the tow range at this track is actually quite substantial. It may even be upwards of 1.5 seconds. So he needs to try and build this up as best he can. He cannot allow Gallen to close up on him here through the 3rd sector. If he does, he's never going to be able to break that tow down the main straight. Up around the final corner they come now. Onto the straight. The gap is 1 second, so Gallen will still have that tow. It'll keep him in check in this battle. Davis has only got a handful of laps left to try and get this win. We need to figure out how many wins he's actually taken on Tuesday, Sigel, because surely he'd be getting up there with the most wins ever.
Don't know. I'm keeping an eye on this other fight in the lower screen with Healy, Billy Mole, Taylor, Smith and Vandermeer. These guys are so close to each other. It's ridiculous.
You notice how the train just changed lanes then? They all followed
The
each other.
teammates, Pavlovich and Martin, have changed. The Martin and Pavlovich have changed places 3 times now in the last few laps. So they're racing each other.
Yeah, they're having a proper crack down there.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Pav's now dropped off. He was right behind him. He's dropped. Oh, he's had an off track again a little bit. He must be struggling with some grip, Pav.
On board now with Sean Smith, who is on the back of Brett Taylor. The battle is fast and furious here. Schmidt trying to send it up the inside. Not quite close enough that time by, but now he's under pressure from Sean Vandermeulen. He's had some great pace here tonight, but been quite unlucky in the racing.
So for the viewers out there, these boys are in 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th place, all the way just over the back of the second half and still fighting like crazy.
They're battling for absolute sheep stations right now, Sinker, and it's not even for a top 10. It's all for glory, it's all for bragging rights, it's all for a bit of fun for them.
It's also for points in the overall picture of the season as well.
Yep.
So every one of these points is crucial for these boys. They're all in the top 5 of the split too. So all needed points.
As they head on to the main straight, that is the gap between this battle. Vandermeulen's going to try and line this up in towards turn 1. Schmidt on the outside line. Down towards the braking zone now. Vandermeulen has just etched that Nova Sim Sports car ahead of the Fanatec entry. He's got the position. Schmidt trying to come back at him, but Vandermeulen covers the inside line beautifully. Under brakes at turn 1. And he's held that position well, and this battle continues on up towards the final lap of this race.
Yeah, I've got my camera on Mark Horton. He's being chased down by Brad Wall and Jason Douglas. So Jason and Brad are having a good little ding-dong there. Slowed down a little bit. They were right on the back of him because their fight together was costing them some time. But Brad Wall is actually going for an outright top 3 position here.
Oh, Schmidt's just spun it round in behind Vandermeulen. That takes him out of that battle, unfortunately.
I'll tell you what, Douglas and Wall are really dishing it out down here. That battle is crazy close. I'm just going to swap it back a little bit because Mark has pulled away a little bit to these boys. So
Davis, hang on, why is Davis going slow?
Slow down.
Possibly. Gallen's taken the lead back. They're side by side down towards the line. Final lap of this race coming up. It's a drag race now down towards the braking zone of turn number 1. Gallen and Davis in a 1v1 fight for the win of this race. They're still side by side. Into turn 1 they come now. Gallen tried the switchback, wasn't quite close enough on it. But it is intensifying right now at the front end of the field for the win of this race.
Douglas has just passed Wall as well in a nice little battle across there. So he is now pulling up to try to catch Mark Horton in the 3rd place, but they're out of time. Has Barney waved his flag?
It's white flag, it's final lap. And Davis and Gallen are separated by less than half a second right now, Sinker. The battle is on for the lead of this race. Davis pulls a bit of time.
17 places.
Houghton's up 18 in P3, so what a drive by both of them. Up and towards the final sector now. Gallen and Davis, the battle is still on.
Jason Douglas has caught Mark Horton. He's 5/10 of the back of him as well on the bottom screen. So that's a battle for 3rd place. That's how close these boys are. He's having a look. He's having a sniff on him. He's outbraked himself. Looks
Just
like Brad
quickly,
will come back
Sinker.
at him now.
Gallen has unfortunately had to back out of it. Davis is going to come up towards the line. Jamie Davis is going to take the win in race number 2. John Gallen in P2 on the picture-in-picture. It's a drag race with P3 between Houghton and Douglas up towards the line. Houghton's got him. He's got him by less than 0.05 of a second.
Wow. That is a great fight to the finish for those top 3. We've got, that was That was spectacular driving by oh no, it says here. No, Houghton won by .05.
Yeah. Houghton got
I thought Jason got in there by .05. Great drive there. Some awesome fighting. Tell you what, very impressive. Brad Wall as well. John Gallen up 17 places. Mark Horton up 18 places. That is crazy.
It was
Mr. Davis doing a bit of a burnout there for us. Whew. Mate.
What a race.
Well, Ray Douglas, you should be proud of Jason's drive. That was an epic drive as well, up 6 places, especially after his incident as well. So it was awesome driving out there. But I'll tell you what, Gallen and Horton, what an epic drive. They've been following each other all the way through that whole race.
They were in amongst it the whole time. We await for all 4 of them to join us in the booth here tonight.
Have a look at this. Look at this.
Look at that.
That was an amazing. That was like 4 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. Oh,
incredible.
Yeah, I actually literally had goosebumps through some of that calling there tonight, mate. That was spectacular racing by these boys. This race could have so easily gone wrong in so many ways with some of the moves that were being made out there.
Could have.
4 wide, 3 wide. But in the end, it was just an awesome show.
I'll tell you what, though. Next 3 weeks, Cinco, while we wait for our podium finishes to come in, next 3 weeks are massive for us here in Supercars land. On the calendar, we have a triple threat, triple header Australian run of races. Sandown next week for an enduro. Oran Park the week after for a sprint round. Bathurst for an enduro.
Boys are on the stop-start line, mate. Get that bloody beautiful photo for me, please.
I'm looking at the calendar.
I know you are.
We always get the B-roll. We always get the B-roll. So they get their moment. It doesn't look as good with them all parked up on the line. We know this.
I pay the wages. You do as you're told. That's it.
Yeah, and the show, it looks good. How we've got it going at the moment.
They're all doing burnouts.
We've got Sandown, Oran Park, and Bathurst coming up over the next 3 weeks, and then Road America to round out our season. This was the halfway point, Sinker. So halfway point of the season, and it has been absolutely epic thus far. I mean, who could you even pick to win out this championship at this point? Like it's tied at the top end, and it's anyone's game.
It is anyone's game. It's so close. It's ridiculous. There's so much to. There's every race is crucial points. Whether you're in the front of the field or back of the field, every race is crucial points. So it's going to be consistency. It's going to be all about being there as well. I don't know. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I'm not going to pick a winner at this point. There's some boys out there that are driving out of their skin. I mean, you can't really look past John Gallen's drive tonight. That is spectacular, mate. 17 places. Mark Horton, 18 places. That is sensational.
Well, imagine if he was to go back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Back-to-back championships for him would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
That would be incredible. Would that? I don't even know if we've ever had that happen before for a driver. We have had back-to-back for technically like teams winning. So like Stephen Martin winning AM in season 1, and then season 2 Gallen winning Pro-Am. So PER get 2 championships in a row, but it hasn't actually happened that often in the history.
Right.
We have got Brad Wall in there, though. We'll drag him in for his chat here tonight.
Oh, he's going to be nervous.
Mr. Wall.
Mr. Wall.
Hey, boys.
How you feeling, mate?
Oh, I'm knackered after that, tell you.
It was hard work, you reckon?
Yeah, that was. I'm sore. My knee's gone, my hip's gone, but I had a lot of fun, so it's all worth it.
Well, it looked like you had some epic battles out there, man, with some of the boys out there. Jason Douglas and you were battling along for quite a fair bit in the feature. Who else were you around? You were around even Brett Taylor at one point as well.
Yeah, Taylor, Clifton, Martin. I had a race with quite a few boys. I forget all of them, but no, it was good.
How are you feeling getting back in the rig, mate? It's been a good You've been up back for 4 rounds now, or is it 5?
I think it's the 5th round.
5th round, yep.
Yep.
And you were out of the cockpit for about 8 or 9 months, nearly 10 months, I'd say.
Yeah, be about
How
that.
does it feel?
It's good. It's a bit surprising, to be honest.
You've been itching to get back, and now you feel like you haven't left?
Yeah, I've sorted some things out, and yeah, I can focus on my sim racing, and it's been good.
Do you feel like you got the nerves out of the system now? You feel relaxed back into the usual mode? You're feeling confident on the brakes and into the turns?
No, it depends. I'm confident on my brakes and on turns and stuff, but the starts of the races, I'm still nervous as all hell. I'm fidgeting and excited and all sorts of things going on. So that hasn't settled down yet. But yeah, I'm getting some time to practice. So confident into my corners and out of them and around other people. So yeah.
Excellent, mate. Well, it's good to see you at the pointy end of the track. You've been slowly progressing over the last few rounds, getting closer and closer and closer. Tonight was even maybe close for an outright podium as well. So it wasn't too far off, mate.
Yeah, if I didn't have Jace behind me there at the end, I reckon I would have caught Mark, I think it was, Horton.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I'm happy with where I came.
Yeah, excellent, mate. I know you're sitting there as a privateer. Anyone out there that supports you, this is a good chance to thank the wife, mate.
Yeah. No, thanks. Big thanks to the wife and even my son for giving me the time to practice and race on a Tuesday night. And I just want to thank you boys at SRW and your sponsors for putting this all on and letting us race every week. And shout out to Adam there, the big spin and safety car. What was that? That was a good laugh. I needed that. That was good.
I think we all needed that. Everyone in the booth saw that. So, and it went.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the replay button got caught about 3 times in that incident. So, unfortunately, the YouTube world will have that burned into their brains.
Oh damn! That's no good.
Well, congratulations, mate. Good luck for the rest of the season, and hope it all pans out. And I'll be chatting to you soon.
Thanks, and thanks for putting the broadcast on. It's been awesome to watch the races back.
Excellent, mate. All right, you keep having fun.
Thanks, guys. You too. Have a good night.
That was the living legend, Mr. Brad Wall. Who we got next, mate? It was Mark Horton.
It was Mark
Horton.
Houghton.
Mark Horton all season, haven't we?
We haven't. This will be the first time in a long while that I've been able to have a chat to Mark
Not
Houghton.
Horton, isn't it? Houghton.
Yeah, first time I've been able to have a chat to him in a long while on a podium chat.
I know.
Cinco. So we'll drag him in. Mr. Houghton. First time or long time between drinks for yourself for a podium. And what a way for it to pay off for you. Congratulations and a phenomenal effort from yourself. You've managed to make up 18 spots and P3 on the road in the feature. How does that feel?
Yeah, pretty good. Finally got one in there. Having a lot of trouble with my gear and some personal issues and family stuff and stuff. So, yeah, I have been struggling of late and hopefully we've turned the corner.
Well, hopefully I think myself and Sinker can agree. We've been waiting for this for a long time. We've been kind of hoping that we can see you up on a podium again because we know you got some pace about you. We know you got it in you. And it feels good to see you back up there, mate. Does it feel like a long time coming for yourself? And as you mentioned, are you hopeful now that this can now translate into races in future where you can do this a lot more consistently like what you've previously done?
I'm very hopeful, mate. Things are settled down. Hopefully I can just get some quality track time and get back to where I once was, I guess, and challenge Jono Gallen. Used to race Jono a few years back in PlayStation on Project Cars 2, so we got a little bit of rivalry there going. I'm glad to see he's got so fast or real quick. So hopefully now I can challenge him and we can have a bit better racing.
Mate, it was no small feat tonight, mate. It's a podium against the calibre of the boys racing on a Tuesday night outright is pretty spectacular. But, mate, 18 places. Can you fathom that? 18 places. You were at the 18th, but 18th place is up. That's just ridiculous, man. That was an epic drive. If you can continue, mate, at 90% of what you did tonight for the rest of the season, because all points count, that is a great way to finish off the season 3.
Yes, fingers crossed, Steve. I actually drove clean that race. I was 1X. I had to leave the track to get around the traffic jam at turn 1, lap 1.
Yep.
So
Yep.
1x there, but 0x for the rest of the race. So I was quite pleased.
No, epic drive, mate. Epic drive. Who gets you out on track and supports Accelerate Sim Racing, mate?
Alrighty. I'd like to thank the team, obviously, particularly Anthony Vesma and Greg Favell. Give me quite a lot of help in the car. I'll just pull up our... should have had this ready, shouldn't I?
Ah, you're all right, mate. No pressure.
Sponsors here somewhere.
Happy Timber.
Yeah, right. I'd like to thank Abbey Timber, Primal Wheels, Box and Lock Storage in the Rang, Modern Deck. I'd like to thank the family for allowing me to play these fake race cars and give me the time to do this stuff. And lastly, huge thank you for you and the team behind SRW for putting this stuff on, and the broadcast team. We couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you very much.
Well, mate, the hats off to you guys, because you guys are the maestros out there, the orchestra. Me and Hamish are just out here, just accompanying you guys. Without the drivers, we would have absolutely nothing. So coming in every week is not an easy thing. Committing every week is not an easy thing. So we appreciate the drivers just as much as you appreciate us, mate. So well done. Congratulations. And, mate, a bit of luck. We might see you up here again. It's been a while between chats, but don't be a stranger.
Fingers crossed. Thanks, Steve. Cheers, mate. Talk soon.
What a legend. What an absolute legend, Hamish. All right. You going to drag him down?
We will. We will drag him down. Mr. John Gallen. Ever so close, but not quite close enough. The rivalry between you and Jamie Davis continues, with him getting a one-up over you here tonight at Fuji, mate. But what a race. 17 positions gained after what can only be described as a horrid race one for yourself. Race 2, you came to play, and you turned it on to absolute maximum to make up so many spots, especially through the carnage at turn 1. To stay consistent, to keep your pace up throughout whole race, mate. You have got to be proud of your results here tonight to get not only on the podium, but 17 spots up from where you started.
Yeah, very, very proud. Race 2, race 1, I just want to scrap it out of my head and, don't ever come back to that.
Just blame it on you reaching for the drop vape. That's
what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't have my beer next to me on that first one. It was unfortunate what happened. The first corner of that race 1 start, made a bit of contact, got a 4X, cost me some front end, top end speed, and then just got caught up in I just didn't judge Mark's braking at that point, and sort of turned him a little bit. I tried to straighten him back up, but that didn't work, and cop the drive through sweet.
No harm in trying, eh?
Oh, that's it. You got to have a go. No hard feelings. We've had some good battles in the past when we've been racing together. So
I'm going to quickly ask you. There was at one point I thought you were going to pass Jamie. Did you have a slowdown, or what was it?
Which part?
Near the end, it was like where was it, Hamish? It was in the final corner, like about 2 laps to go.
Oh yeah, Davis had like the slow line on the inside, and then John was up around the outside onto the main straight, and they drag raced it down towards turn 1. I think it was onto the last lap. So Davis had the toe, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? And then I'm like, oh, he's got a slow down here, cool. And then he's just put it in the right place, taking that inside edge and making me go around the long way, the drag race. But I don't think I had enough top end speed to pull it off. So no, hats off to Jamie. Drove bloody awesome, and the battles that we're having throughout the series is just it's awesome fun. It's great, and it's great to see he's racing nice and clean and keeping it tidy. And big hats off to Mark as well, throwing that car from where did he start? 21st or something.
He was a place behind you. He's followed you all the way through.
Yeah.
No, he's done a great drive.
You've had the Gallen fan club out all night too. So Steph's been waving that flag, and Banksy was in there for a while. A couple of other boys came in for a bit of a chin wag as well. So all the team's been out there waving it. Who do we get, and who supports the Pacific Esports Racing Team?
Well, firstly, I'm just going to thank the guys and the team. Yeah, obviously at PER. Yeah, the teamwork, the communication, and everything that we do. Behind the scenes, working to a race. It's second to none for me. It helps me a lot. They're a great bunch of guys, so I can't ask for much more. Lake Edge holiday units down at Burrell Lake. One Shot Pest Management. Bin the Blade for Balin Foundation. W Energy Drinks. There you go, Harry. It's an energy drink, mate. Where are we up to? Tim Nickel Photography. You just remembered that? Tim Nickel Photography and Player One Sim Gear. Yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, what do you expect? New guy to the team, and he's throwing the podium, so the pressure was on to get it right. And
Yeah,
I'm glad
I had to
didn't have
remind
call
him.
it
I
out
had to
today.
remind him it was a drink.
I'm glad I didn't have to call it out today like I did on Saturday. So at least Gallon had all of his sponsors on the list, so which is good.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Congratulations. Epic drive, dude. So good to see you out there. Good to see you guys having fun. And we are off to where next week, Hamish?
We are off to the magnificent Sandown for an enduro next week.
Ooh,
so poor old John Gallen. Right, I'm just going to point this out. Poor old John Gallen has 3 enduros next week at Sandown. One of them being 300 Ks on the Thursday. So, oh wait, no, it's not an enduro next week actually on Thursday. So I apologize. I think it's 250 though. So he still has like 3 big races coming up this week at that track. So we expect big things, Mr. Gallen.
Yep. Well, I don't know. As you know, I love my enduros.
You do.
That's where I'm from. So just a heads up, Jamie. Just be mindful, mate. I'm coming.
maybe you can rock your retro next week for us. Give us a nice little tasty preview of what's to come on the Saturday night.
Here's one for you. Here's one for you, John. Before you go, Harry Dodds goes, "Hey, you don't always get it right the first time." You know what, Harry? That's what she said.
I love Harry.
Right,
He's
get
a great asset to the team. Love him. Thank you, guys. Thank you,
See you,
boys.
mate.
And thanks, Race Control.
Thanks,
See you guys. Alrighty. One more to go. And we've got
your favourite driver in the whole field, Sinker. I think we can easily agree.
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not Sinker's favourite driver in the whole
Mr. Jamie
field.
Davis, how you doing there, young fella?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
No penalty points?
No penalty points.
I believe this was round 5, 9 clean races.
Round 6 clean.
6 rounds clean. So you, how many more you got till you get your points back?
Well, if all goes well, Friday.
Righto, there you go. So Jamie's been sitting on the cusp for a while with his penalty points. Would have been your second ban.
He's on
round,
wood, isn't he? He's on wood right now.
No, he's doing really well. He's doing really well. But what he's doing is getting his points back so he can, so he doesn't have to stress out as much because he's been stressing out like crazy. Every time he has an incident, he's like, "Oh, is that a penalty point? Did I just screw that up?"
You know what, though, Sinker? Look at how well it actually paid off tonight. He got on the top step and didn't get an incident. So
Mate,
it's got to be a
he
positive.
had an absolute killer drive tonight.
It was phenomenal.
The pressure you had from Gallen behind you and Mark Horton was sensational. How did the car feel tonight, mate?
The car was, as a race car, was really good. I went 10 degrees on the rear wings. I just wanted to rocket shit down the straight line so I could try and draft and get the positions made there. And if someone was behind me, try not to let them pass. That worked really well. Just I was hurting rear tyres throughout the rest of the lap though.
Yeah. The rest of the boys had a bit of an off night. Mitch didn't do too bad.
I think Mitch got P7, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He got P7. He's up 13 places. Jacob was in the wars tonight. He's doing a few donuts here and there. And then we've got the regular crew. Joshy didn't take to the track by the look of it.
He was in at the start of practice. I don't know what happened to him, but Brad's got really bad tonsillitis. And
Poor Brad. He's a bit sick, mate. Yeah, I know. Laura came on and said he's sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, mate, congratulations. Epic fight. It looks like it's going to come down to probably about 3 or 4 of you guys, if maybe not 4 or 5, depending on how the next few rounds go. It's going to be an absolute dogfight to the end of the season. How are you going to handle it mentally? How are you going to handle it practice-wise? What's the plan?
The plan is get through the rest of the week with clean rounds, get some incident points back, and then I can start throwing my elbows out a bit harder and race a bit harder. I want to be the one to spoil Gallons back to back.
Well, he did say Sandown next week, and he's coming for you.
Oh, it should be a good battle. We've got nothing but respect for the Pelican fellas. So, it's hard. I thought I threw it away. I thought I gave it to him. Got the slowdown on that second last lap.
Yep.
Just tried to get off the line to serve that, and then we ended up meeting in the middle. And I've gone, no, I've thrown this away, but just managed to hold on.
That was good, mate. It was good effort. There was a few hairy moments for me in the booth where I was watching it, and I had to just keep my mouth shut. Luckily, we know that Hamish can't shut up, so it was good.
You boys do a very good job.
All right, mate. Who gets the Team SAW Motorsports on track, mate, and who supports you at home?
Thanks, Warren and Brown Tools, Shannon's Grim Industries, NeuroPower, DSL Railway Services. A lovely partner who has it on the lounge room TV while I'm in the sim room. All the supporters that tuned in, mum and dad and stuff. Just everybody who puts the league on, the admin, race control. Thanks for the time, and you boys up in the comm box. Thank you very much.
Well, your legend, mate. Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the season because you've got a lot of people hunting, mate.
Thank you very much, Steve. Have a good one, fellas.
All right, take care, dude.
Yeah.
Hamish, what a bloody night.
Mate, it was massive, wasn't it? What a race.
Oh, it was. You know what? It's worth getting told off and getting dirty looks from the wife after a night like tonight. It's like there's still 24 people watching. You know, we had 30 plus on the box tonight. People are coming out and enjoying this. We've been telling everyone for ages that you know the drivers at SRW deserve to be watched. The way they race, the way they battle out there on tracks is amazing to watch, and it is on the edge of the seat stuff. Sometimes even better than some of the stuff that you see on real world TV. So, you know what? Maybe they're starting to get a bit of recognition, and I hope so because they put on a great show for me and you. That's all we do. We just sit here and paint between, what do they call it? Paint between colours. What is it?
Paint between the lines, you mean?
Paint between the lines, yeah. Just a black and white painting
there,
all the colour.
You definitely scribbled all over a colouring in sheet as a kid, didn't you, Sinko?
No, mate. I'm a very creative graphic artist. I was very good. You can ask my wife. Even now, my son gets blown away by drawings I do for him.
Well, I hope we can continue having some good racing next week, Sinker. I hope we get a phenomenal race at Sandown. It is my favourite Australian track on the service. I love watching supercars racing around there. And it's the day before my birthday next week, so it's got to be massive. If it's not, I'm blaming the drivers.
You 20 people watching right now, get the pyramid thing going. Every one of yous, go out there and tell 5 more people that we're watching Sandown next Tuesday night. We will have a great crowd watching. Everyone will be able to just see. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. One of my favourite tracks, as in to drive on, not just to watch. It's going to be absolutely nuts.
It is going to be absolutely epic, and you guys do not want to miss any of the action. It will be an earlier start time next week due to it being an enduro. We will start an hour earlier at 6:50 p.m. to allow for the time it takes for the top 10 shootout and the longer length of the race as well. You guys do not want to miss it. If you don't want to miss it, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, and the bell icon so you're notified whenever we go live here on SRW TV. We have a massive week of racing to come up. We've got Most Sport tomorrow night for Cooler Master Super Formula Championship. On the way, Thursday night, we head to Zandvoort for the GR86 Nationals, brought to you by Shannon's Insurance. The Legends World Challenge is out at Zolder this week. GTDs are out at Imola for the next of their Italian double up. And then we're back here at Fuji for Sunday night Supercars action, brought to you by Warren & Brown Tools. We have to give a massive shout out to all of our series sponsors, including our title sponsors, Warren & Brown Tools, for their continued support on Tuesday Supercars, Friday GTDs, and Sunday Supercars as well. A massive shout out to Cooler Master for picking up the support on the Super Formula Championship on Wednesday night. And to Shannon's Insurance, who, even though they had to cut back on some of their support, they were able to continue their support for the Thursday GR86 Nationals. We also want to thank all of our other sponsors, DSL Rail Services, NeuroPower, Shunt Scenery, and Grim Industries, the home of the V8 coffee table, which can be seen on Paramount Plus's Top Gear Australia. For myself, Hamish Munro, and Steve Sinkovic alongside, we thank you for your time. We thank you for being here with us once again for some awesome V8 Supercars action. But until next time, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to snip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyke